what if the pain in your knees, the stiffness in your fingers, the swelling in your joints could all be eased by something sitting quietly in your kitchen? No, it's not a new pill, not a complicated exercise. It's a simple knobby root ginger. For decades, millions of older adults have silently endured the slow grinding ache of arthritis and tendon problems. Some wake up with swollen joints, others struggle to open a jar or climb stairs. The medications help, but come with side effects. Physical therapy works, but isn't always enough. Now imagine drinking a small glass of something warm and golden each morning, and feeling your hands loosen, your steps get lighter. It sounds too simple to be true, but science says otherwise. In this video, we're going to show you how ginger, yes, humble ginger, can naturally support your joints, tendons, and muscles. You'll hear the story of a 68-year-old woman who found her mornings back. And we'll even give you the exact recipe to try at home. Stick around, because relief might be closer and cheaper than you ever imagined. For generations, ginger has been used in kitchens around the world, not just as a spice, but as a healing tool. In countries like India, China, and parts of Africa, ginger is trusted the way we might trust aspirin or ibuprofen. But what makes ginger so powerful, especially for aging joints? The answer lies in a compound called gingerol. This natural chemical is found in the fresh root and is responsible for that warm, slightly spicy taste. But more importantly, gingerol is a potent anti-inflammatory. As we age, our bodies tend to produce more inflammation, especially around joints, tendons, and muscles. This leads to stiffness, pain, and that frustrating feeling that your body is rusting. Gingerol helps calm that fire. It works by blocking certain compounds in your body that trigger swelling and irritation. In fact, ginger has been studied in nearly 800 medical papers, with at least 275 of them focused on its anti-inflammatory effects. And many of those studies show that ginger can be just as effective as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, but without the side effects like stomach upset or high blood pressure. For seniors, this is a game changer, because ginger doesn't just target one area. It flows through your system, supporting your knees, your hands, your spine, wherever inflammation lives. Even better, ginger can be enjoyed as part of a daily routine, no complicated pills or prescriptions. In short, ginger is nature's quiet warrior. It doesn't shout, but it shows up every day fighting for your comfort. And when you combine it with a few other ingredients, as you'll see later, it becomes a delicious, drinkable remedy that can fit seamlessly into your life. Martha Reynolds never thought she'd struggle just to brush her hair. At 68, she was still sharp, witty, and full of stories from her years as a nurse. But arthritis had crept in quietly at first, then all at once. "I couldn't even open my arthritis cream," she once joked. But behind the humor was pain. Her mornings were the worst. Knees stiff as wood, fingers that refused to bend, wrists that ached as she made her morning tea. Medications helped, but the side effects left her feeling groggy and disconnected. One afternoon, while chatting with a younger neighbor over tea, Martha heard about something she hadn't considered: a homemade juice with fresh ginger. Her neighbor, a yoga instructor in her 40s, swore it helped her clients with inflammation and joint discomfort. Martha was skeptical but curious. She gave it a try. Just 10 seconds in a blender each morning: fresh ginger, orange juice, lemon, and a bit of agave. Simple, refreshing, natural. By the 10th day, she noticed her hands weren't as tight. Her knees didn't pop as loudly on the stairs, and she no longer had to sit down in the shower just to shave her legs, something she hadn't done standing in 3 years. After 3 weeks, Martha was walking her dog again, gardening again, living again. "It's not a miracle," she says. "It's just nature. And it gave me back something I thought I'd lost." This isn't to say it will work for everyone the same way, but for Martha and for many others, a glass of ginger juice was a gentle daily step toward freedom. Now let's take a closer look at the science behind it and why even doctors are starting to pay attention. It's easy to dismiss natural remedies until you see the research. When it comes to ginger, the science is not just anecdotal. Over the years, researchers around the world have dug deep into this root's medicinal potential. What they found surprised even seasoned scientists. To date, there are nearly 800 published studies on ginger's health effects. Among them, over 275 focus specifically on its anti-inflammatory properties, the very effect that brings relief to aging joints and swollen tendons. One study published in the journal Arthritis and Rheumatism showed that participants who took a ginger extract experienced significant reductions in knee pain and needed fewer pain medications. Another study from the University of Miami found that ginger extract worked almost as effectively as ibuprofen for people with osteoarthritis of the knee, but without the stomach problems often caused by NSAIDs. So how does it work? Ginger contains compounds, mainly gingerol and shogal, that help block the biochemical pathways responsible for pain and inflammation. These compounds can reduce swelling, improve circulation, and even protect cartilage from further damage. But perhaps the most encouraging part, ginger doesn't just treat symptoms, it supports healing. Unlike medications that merely mask the pain, ginger encourages the body to calm the internal storm, rebuild, and renew. For seniors, that means less reliance on drugs and more control over their own well-being. Of course, results can vary based on diet, lifestyle, and severity of arthritis. But the evidence is clear: ginger isn't just a spice, it's a therapeutic ally backed by science. Now let's get practical. If you want to experience the joint-soothing power of ginger, here's the recipe that helped people like Martha, and it only takes a few minutes a day. You'll need 1 thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger washed and peeled, juice of 2 lemons, 1 tablespoon of agave syrup or raw honey if you prefer, and 1 glass of fresh orange juice. Place everything into a blender. Blend for about 10 seconds until smooth. No need to strain it, the pulp actually helps support healthy gums and teeth. Drink it first thing in the morning, preferably on an empty stomach. Begin with a 20-day cycle, 1 glass each day. While doing this, make sure you drink at least 2 liters of water a day to help flush inflammation and support hydration. And here's the key for best results: avoid foods that fuel inflammation during these 20 days. That means cutting back on processed white flour, red meats, refined sugars, and cow's milk. You don't have to give them up forever, but giving your body this break helps maximize the ginger's power. And if you're on blood thinners or managing a serious condition, always talk to your doctor before adding any new remedy. Ginger is powerful, but like any natural remedy, how you use it matters. Many people give up too early or unknowingly cancel out the benefits. Let's go over the most common mistakes so you can avoid them. Using old or dried ginger instead of fresh root. Fresh ginger contains the highest levels of gingerol. Powdered ginger is less effective for inflammation. Always choose firm, juicy root. Skipping days or stopping too soon. Ginger needs time. Most people begin to feel relief after 10 to 14 days of consistent use. Stay with it. Drinking it at the wrong time. Always have it on an empty stomach in the morning. That's when your body can absorb the nutrients most efficiently. Expecting it to work alone. Ginger helps, but it works best when combined with walking, stretching, clean eating, and hydration. Think of it as a partner, not a cure-all. And finally, ignoring your body's signals. Ginger is generally safe, but if you notice digestive upset or any unusual reaction, pause and check with your provider. When starting any new wellness habit, it's important to set realistic expectations and know what to look for. Drink your ginger juice first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Do this for 20 days. After that, take a 7 to 10 day break and resume if desired. Many seniors follow this monthly rhythm. Most people notice subtle changes in the first week: less stiffness, easier movement, even better digestion. But by week 2, those small changes become part of daily life again. And remember, no remedy works the same for everyone. But every small step you take toward healing is still a step forward. You've carried so much through the years, raised families, worked hard, weathered storms. Pain should not be your reward. Ginger won't erase every ache overnight, but it might help you feel just a little more you again. A little lighter in your step. A little steadier when you rise from your chair. You deserve mornings that begin with ease, not with struggle. So if a small glass of golden juice can help bring that back, isn't it worth a try? Take care of your joints, your body, your story. You've earned every gentle step forward.